if I gave you all the facts and figures and logic in the world, and that's what you were leaning on, someone could come along with their logic and argue out of it because it's just based on your logic. It's not about facts and figures and who was there and who wasn't there. It's about faith. I believe, personally, that Christianity is the only way because I've lived it. I'm 27. I was born into a church membership. I have known Christ for as long as I can remember. I've walked away from him a few times. I've wrestled with him many times. I've been frustrated because he wasn't letting things go the way I thought they should be going. Many, many times. That's almost daily. But I've lived it. I've seen him do amazing things in other people's lives. I've seen him do amazing things in my lives. Things that go beyond coincidence. I have a friend who I was on a short-term mission trip in Iquitos, Peru with. I actually went 2 years with him. And in the back of the room, he noticed there was a grandfather. So he didn't speak Spanish, and there were like 4 other people with his group. So he went back and sat at the table with the grandfather. Well, the grandfather had cataracts, pretty thick cataracts over his eyes. He's blind. And my friend he didn't know what to do. So he just started praying. And he prayed for several minutes, and he watched the cataracts disappear before his eyes. And he watched them shrink. They didn't just, he blinked and they were gone. They shrunk. He watched it happen. I haven't seen anything in science that can explain that. All that can explain that is God's hand. Yeah, science can make a pretty convincing argument that we're just a happy accident, that we came from mud and primordial snot. One day I decided, hey, I want to be 2 cells and start reproducing. Yeah, make a pretty convincing argument, but I don't see that. It's not just because I choose to blindly ignore it. I've researched it. I've studied it. It doesn't fit. There is no way, a 1 in a billion chance that, by the way, has yet to be recreated in a laboratory, but there's no way that that was just a random chance. There is too much to walk outside and look at and see and play that there's no way that's random chance. Hebrews 11 has this to say about faith. Faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. Faith is required to know that Jesus is the only way to God. Like I said, I can give you all the facts and figures and solid proof that he existed that I want. I can argue with you that he's either telling the truth or he's lying. And if he's lying, you really shouldn't be following. But it comes down to your heart, to your faith. Where are you placing it in? If Jesus was easy to believe and easy to follow, everyone would do it. In Romans, it talks about how just looking at creation, no one is without excuse. That they know in the core of their beings that there is a God. It's very scary, and I'd say like to lean on someone and to trust in someone else. It really is. But that's what Christianity is about. It's about leaning on God and trusting that he's right. And I believe he's given me enough evidence to know that he's right. And hopefully, you've seen the same evidence.